Imagine this. A prestigious university, known for its commitment to education and diversity, is now at the center of a storm. The University of Iowa is under fire, and the Graduate Student Union is not holding back. They've accused the school of compromising the very essence of what makes education valuable. But here's where it gets controversial. The issue at hand? Diversity, equity, and inclusion. Let's dive in. Nearly a week after 2 University of Iowa staff members were put on administrative leave following the release of undercover videos, the campaign to organize graduate students, COGS UE Local 896, has come out swinging. In a scathing statement, they've condemned the university's response to the alleged DEI practices, claiming that the quality and integrity of education are on the line. We, the campaign to organize graduate students, COGS, strongly condemn these actions by President Wilson and the university, the statement reads. They demonstrate a total capitulation to Governor Reynolds and the Trump administration at the expense of the quality and integrity of the education offered by the University of Iowa. The union argues that the university's compliance with right-wing efforts to suppress civil rights and academic freedom is a betrayal of the campus community and the values that Iowa's oldest and largest public university stands for. But what sparked this outrage? It all started with Senate File 2435, a law that took effect on July 1, 2024. This legislation prohibits Iowa's 3 public universities from maintaining or funding DEI offices and prevents the schools from creating new ones. It also bars the universities from hiring anyone to conduct the duties of a DEI office or requiring anyone to submit a DEI statement. The union sees this as an attempt to censor speech and interfere in the university's operations. We are alarmed by the use of government power in an attempt to censor such speech, COGS stated. We call on President Wilson to protect students, faculty, and staff from interference in our university by the Reynolds and Trump administrations. This response came 6 days after University of Iowa President Barbara Wilson sent out a campus-wide message noting that the university was working to comply with the new directives. As you may be aware, videos have surfaced that raise concerns regarding compliance with university policies and applicable laws, Wilson said. I want to assure you that the university takes these concerns with the utmost seriousness. But the union isn't buying it. They argue that the undercover videos violate UI policy, citing the Office of the Executive Vice President and Provost's University Course Policies and Resources for Students. The policy clearly states that unauthorized video or audio recording of academic activities is a no-go. Students with a reasonable accommodation for recording approved by Student Disability Services should notify each instructor and provide the letter of accommodation prior to using the accommodation, the policy reads. And this is the part most people miss. The policy also specifies that classroom recordings must be for personal academic use only. Sharing or posting them online is strictly prohibited and could lead to violations of the Code of Student Life or even state and federal laws. So what's the deal with these undercover videos? One, published by Fox News, appears to show Drea Tinoco, the Assistant Director of Leadership and Student Organization Development, discussing how the UI's websites were redone to remove DEI terms. A second video, published on Townhall, features Corey Lockwood, Senior Associate Director of the Iowa Memorial Union, talking about the school's DEI practices. Both staff members were placed on administrative leave following the release of these videos. Tinoco was placed on leave on July 29th, and Lockwood followed on July 31st. The university has launched an internal investigation into Tinoco's actions, but it's unclear whether Lockwood will face the same scrutiny. Governor Reynolds, meanwhile, has submitted the Fox News video to Iowa's Attorney General for review, claiming that the university employee in the video admitted to defying DEI restrictions. I'm appalled by the remarks made in this video by a University of Iowa employee, who blatantly admits to defying DEI restrictions I signed into law on May 9th, 2024, Reynolds said. She also referenced an executive order signed by President Trump, ending the implementation of DEI policies at public institutions. Iowa Attorney General Brenna Bird swiftly responded, noting that Regent universities must comply with state laws. So, where does this leave the University of Iowa? And more importantly, what does this mean for the future of DEI practices in education? The union's stance is clear. They see this as an attack on academic freedom and civil rights. But others might argue that it's about ensuring compliance with state laws and maintaining transparency. What do you think? Is the university in the wrong? Or is the union blowing this out of proportion? The debate is heating up, and it's time to take a side. Let's hear your thoughts in the comments.